Hello, everybody. Welcome to Methology. Methology is a channel where it's a space that I built where we talk about addiction. We talk about addiction, we talk about recovery, and we talk about real life transformations. No pretentiousness, no bullshit, just raw, uncut conversations, just honesty. My name is Kareem, and I am a grateful recovering addict. And like many of you watching this, I know you know what it feels like to be in the dark, to be in that place where you just feel like just giving up. I never thought that I would be that one. I never thought I would be in a position that I would find myself in a recovery home. I'm literally living in a recovery home and been here 3 weeks yesterday. I'm putting no time limit on this. I have to do something different. My story is, I don't know, I like to say that it's like so many others. Growing up in the inner city of Cleveland, Ohio, in the 80s and 90s, um, you know, you got to fit in, you got to do what everybody else is doing. And I was genuinely a good kid. Like I made good grades. I liked school, and I was a ham. I was the singer, the actor, the dancer. I was all of that. But after about seven, between maybe about 7, 8, 9 in that area, that stopped being cute. And the world told me, my world at that time told me that, little black boy, you can't be out here singing and dancing and feeling joy. Now, no one like literally said that to me, but it was implied. Um, a little bit more about me. I am a gay man, and I fucking hated it. I hated being gay. And that was the beginning of the cover up, of multiple layers of cover up. I I managed to, I dropped out of school, blase, selling crack on the streets, but never was really good at it. Like my older siblings or people in the neighborhood used to chase me off the corners, but shit, I gotta pay bills. I gotta, so making $4.25 an hour after I dropped out of high school to work at a shoe store was what it was. That's how I had to get by and handle things and take care of households. I um, I was the one that did that. I was the one that went to school. I was the one that handled things, had jobs. Now, I will eventually get my GED, eventually go off to college and get a degree. Um, but all of that was autopilot. All of that was building layers upon layers of shit. Just shit. I didn't touch any hard drugs. Like I got several DUIs. I've crashed several cars, like dead ass. Like I've woke up in my car on my lawn and trying to figure out how the fuck did I get here? Thinking, getting drunk. That's what I thought was fun. And so the alcohol, the weed, the drugs that we were doing, um, that was my way of fitting in with people because I, I was not accepted. Um, and so I always had this feeling of not able to connect with people. Um, that's the base of my story. We'll go into more detail about my story as this channel builds. So I just wanted to give you that taste. So let me explain to you what Methology is. Methology is the channel that's devoted to recovery in all forms. And I'm calling it Methology because crystal meth. Crystal meth became my drug of choice. I didn't touch crystal meth until I was 42 years old. Like I may have did some, cocaine in my 30s, but I didn't like cocaine because cocaine made me want to fight. I broke somebody's ankle fighting them. Not intentionally, but it made me want to fight. And it wasn't my cup of tea. But when crystal meth came along, it grabbed me like, bitch, get over here. Shit was insane. And we will go in more detail about that as we move along. So, like I was saying, Methology is a place for recovery of all forms. Uh, right now, I have my twin brother is actually calling me from prison. Um, I have a twin brother. We're fraternal. He's just tall, dark, and handsome, and the total opposite of me. And I really get to speak to him. But I wanted to continue this message without interruption while I got a little bit of a flow going. Again, please forgive me. I am new to this, okay? So, like I said, this is for anybody that suffers from any form of addiction and anybody that cares for or are friends of anyone who's suffering. You can be AA, NA, MA, Al Anon, CA, whatever A. You can come and have genuine discussions with me and with the guests that I intend to have and ask questions and things of that nature and just build a community because that's actually what I need. I need a community of people that are focusing on the right path, that are spiritual, that are introspective, and that are people that, they go within to try to figure out things. They ask themselves questions. They don't blame everybody fucking else. Um, you can, because I know some of y'all got crazy ass mamas and crazy ass daddies. Um, it's fine. You can vent here. You can do all of that. So the real thing, the main thing is that I want to build this channel to end the stigma of addictions, of drug use, and the stereotypes of what drug addicts are. Again, my recovery uh, journey began in 2022. But I'm going to digress for a second because today I had a very, very interesting day. I did a qualification today. And for those who don't know what that is, a qualification is a lead at a meeting. Like, so you sit there and you kind of tell your story, and then people respond, and in your story, you find, courage and hope for better, and people share their stories. I had only did that one time before, back in 22, when I got out of rehab, and it was kind of the same circumstances. Excuse me. It was um walking into a meeting and someone say, "Hey, can you talk?" And I'm like, okay, and so, but that experience, to be totally honest, that first experience, it was not, I didn't feel it. It wasn't good. I mean, I told my story, but I was in the, I'm learning. The rooms of CMA, Crystal Meth Anonymous, here in Chicago, um, and maybe it's just the certain rooms that I've been in, and I've been hearing from people lately that I need to explore it more, but they were so like, I'm a gay man, okay? But they were so like, pick up spaces. Why are you here with leather chaps on? Like, what's up? Like, I don't understand. And it was very much surface. I didn't feel anything, and they didn't either. When I told my story, no one really related, but they did relate to my hope, which is fine, but I felt really uncomfortable. And one of my triggers is that I feel alone. I feel othered. I feel I don't connect with people, and I am fucking amazing. Like, so, like, what the fuck? Like, uh, so I didn't feel it. But today's lead was perfect. I built this channel a couple weeks ago and was like putting things together and really trying to build up the courage to sit back and talk to you, or talk to anybody if anybody's out there that's going to listen. Um, so it knocked me into, like, you know what, we talking, so bitch, talk. And so I'm talking. And so today is my first um, YouTube upload. So I want this to be a space where we can talk about the real shit. You know what I'm saying? Um, so I have a sponsor. My sponsor is in Brooklyn, New York. Great, great guy. And as long as I've been in these rooms, I've never read the uh, the uh, the big book, which is Alcoholics Anonymous. I've read bits and pieces of it, like and I've never read the basic text. I've never even done the 12 steps. I barely know what the 12 steps are. I know the first one is like, what was the first one? See? And I'm sitting here in the recovery home. I did a meeting earlier, but you have to, but from my understanding about the 12 steps and what and my experience, like hearing them in meetings and people talking about the step work that they've done, this is another reason why I wanted to start at this channel, because the 12 steps are things that people can do to improve their lives. I've seen the miracles. I've seen them. And it's real. But it doesn't have to necessarily be for addicts. It can be for anyone. So I want to express this. If you are not an addict, don't consider yourself an addict, maybe you a shoe addict. Maybe you my glasses cross-eyed. Whatever. Maybe you a sugar addict. Maybe you be eating munchies and eating cookies and donuts and shit in bed. Like, you can come here and talk. You can come here. This is a space for that. So a part of this is for me to share my 12-step journey with you so we can do it together. You see what I'm saying here? Connection. Connect with me. So I'm going to start reading the book tomorrow with my sponsor, and we're going to start the book, and eventually we get over to the 12 steps, and I want to be able to come here and talk about what step I'm on and what I'm doing and what you're doing. What step are you on if you're even doing the steps? Like, just talk. Another part of my goal for this channel is to bring speakers in, talk to other addicts, talk to professionals, therapists, doctors, clinicians, and just real people, and talk about real shit and talk about the effects that these things have on you. I also want to talk to like spiritual leaders and people who are using spirituality as their guidepost to get better, because I do know that one of the first steps is to admit to God that you have a problem. Like, and I'm not saying it verbatim, so forgive me. And I need to also digress that I am actually new. I'm not going to say how much clean time I'm having. I'm going to say I'm in early recovery. I've been here 3 weeks, so you do the math. Okay? All right. So another part of this is to hold me accountable, and that's what addicts should do. We should have accountability buddies. Would you be my accountability buddy? Be my accountability buddy. Just hold, someone that that's going to tell you the real shit. Like, someone's going to call you out for the bullshit. And also, this is going to keep me clean too, having this interaction. So I encourage you all, if you're seeing this, like and subscribe. I don't know what I'm doing. I just got this little ring light from Amazon for like $13. Like, I'm here talking to you. But I know there's so much that you can relate to, we can relate to each other, and we can heal together. We can heal together. And we can share what we learned with our loved ones, and and shit, the dude at the bus stop, the Uber driver or whatever. My ultimate goal is to heal and love everything. So again, if you're watching this, I know you're you're saying to yourself that this is something that you need. This is something that I need. This is something that the world needs. I mean, these 12 steps and 12 traditions can really, literally make the world better if you just follow the steps. I've seen the miracles, like I said. So, whether you're new to recovery, whether you've been in recovery for 30 years, whether you're just curious about it all, just come holler at your boy. Come talk to me. You can like and share this, subscribe, and leave your comments. You know, comment on what I'm talking about right now. Comment on my I don't this um, crystal meth scar, because when you do crystal meth, sometimes you pick at your skin. So that's what that is, and that's annoying me. But it's a it's a it's a war wound. Eventually, it'll go away, hopefully. But it's a constant reminder of where I was and where I don't want to go back in that dark place. So if you want to step out of that dark place and you want to build community and you want to see the light and you want to love genuinely and have no hate in your heart for yourself or others, like and subscribe to my channel and let's talk about it. Um, Thank you for listening, and I'll be back next week, in a few days maybe, with some new shit. So, I love you all. Like and subscribe, and let's go together on this journey. Peace out.